Okay.
Can you guys talk a little bit about having the idea and then eventually leading up to developing the app? Because I know it's not an easy process.
Not at all. No. I like Greg take this one.
For us, yeah, it was very interesting how it came about and how we were ended up this far. So years and years ago, I'm not going to talk about how long ago, but years and years ago, um, we came up with the idea. It was my mom outside. She was lawn mowing. She stayed with me at the time. So she was outside lawn mowing, and like Doug said, we did gig work. So I was looking outside, and I was like, it would be dope if you could order somebody to come mow your lawn like you could like a ride. So and like it started resonating in my head, like it just kept on repeating itself, and I'm like, oh my god, this might be a good idea. So I talked to my girlfriend about it, and she said it's a good idea, but she always says everything I say is a good idea, so you don't know if it's like if it holds any weight really. So then I asked my mom, and of course she's gonna say yes. Anything, that's how moms are. So I was like, let me call Doug, because like anytime I get an idea, I run it off Doug. So I told Doug, and Doug was like, man, that's a good idea. So I'm like, all right, three people say yeah, but it still might be a little biased. But I was like, all right, Doug, how would you like to be my business partner? And then like I know he wasn't expecting that like it to become a business. He thought maybe I was just like talking about something good. So he was like, yeah. And then like later that day, we're texting back and forth about like the whole idea, and then we're like, we need a name though. So we're going back and forth. I think the third name we chose was Mower. So then like we're like, how do we get it going from there? So that's where we got stumped at, because we don't know any app developers, or like we didn't even know what to call a person who built the app. So we're just like, we don't even know where to begin. We have this great idea, but we don't have no idea. So at the time, my favorite places to drive was Michigan State, doing Uber. And I'll go out there party nights. It's fun. It's a good environment. Like I, at the time I was like maybe like 20 something, and like I felt like I was a little bit too old for the party scene, but it still gives you that little vibe. When you drive and turn the music up, everybody jamming in the car. So I would talk to people. I was like, hey, what do you think about this idea? What do you think about this idea? A lot of people were saying it was nice, and I'm like, the person that builds the app, what are they called? So I started like, because the college campus, they have so many different people that can basically a lot of resources there. So they're like, what you need is an app developer. That's what you need. So I ended up driving a cybersecurity guy one day, and he was like, well, I have a friend. He designs but not builds. So I was like, okay. I was like, can you set us up a meeting with all you guys? So we met. Is Big B in Grand Rapids at all? Is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. So we met at Big B in East Lansing. We started talking, and he was like, we ended up building or designing the app. And the dope thing was, tell Doug, everything happens for a reason. As soon as we started talking, the designer immediately started sketching. Like I don't think we asked his name yet, but he started sketching out like the design of it. Had a font and everything. I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, man, I love this energy. I'm big on energy. I'm like, and Doug was like, yeah, that's cold. So we ended up like getting that design, but he's like, I can't do anything after this. So he built us the design, but he's like, you're gonna need somebody to develop it. I'm just a designer. I can't bring it to life. And then we were stumped again. We're
For the next.
because we pretty much like I drove out there religiously, so I talked to every computer science major I can possibly find. So my girlfriend was like, hey, a coworker of mine builds apps. So I was like, oh man, put me in touch with them so we can have a meeting. So me, Doug, and him. I don't. Did we drive up to Grand Rapids? Is that what we did when we first met them? Or no, they came down here
Yeah,
and
he
met us
came
at
down.
the shop.
Yeah, he met
Yes.
us at the produce store.
Yeah,
He
they
met us
met
at the
they met
produce
us at
store.
Doug's store.
Yeah.
So we had a meeting. It was four of us, and like we're going through it, and they're getting excited. We're getting excited, and then they tell us how much it cost, and our jaws drop, and we're like, we weren't ready for that. But luckily for us, like they loved the idea so much, they were willing to work with us at that time because you know, we didn't think it cost that much, but like it's either like you want an app developed or you want to buy a car, you know. So we had to choose what we wanted. So we ended up sticking with one of the guys. He stuck with it with us. So that that started that app being created.